Hello here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon 3. I apologize, my voice doesn't sound super great right now. I am sick while I'm recording this. Isn't that fun? But in today's video, it's time to move on to the next site. Ah! I was holding my breath. Don't try that at home. Our destination is up ahead. It's gonna take us a little while to get there, but we got plenty to do in the meantime. First up. Yes, let's go! In this mission, you will navigate your way through a gauntlet of spinning objects to reach the goal. This time around, we're going to be using the mini Splatling, because we haven't had a chance to use one of these weapons yet, and I really like the Splatling weapons, so, you know, this would be a good opportunity to use this. And also, my voice sounds different to this level for the video. It's because this is being recorded in the magical land of post-commentary. Long story short, I didn't like how the commentary turned out when I was recording this with live commentary, so we're doing it again. Yay, the immersion is ruined. This isn't that bad of a level, it's mostly just sneaking around the Octarians. It's not that complicated, it's a pretty fun one. So I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about something completely unrelated to Splatoon, and you're going to like it. So, a bit of a fun story that I wanted to share in a video. So, at work, I'm a trainer, and whenever I'm training the people, I like to let them know that, hey, there might be times where some of the restaurant on property is short-staffed, so you might get sent over there. If that's the case, then this is what we'll do during that. And the most common one that happens for people working at this canteen or the milk stand is that they might get sent to docking bay. And I like to tease my coworkers whenever I give them like rotation paper, tell them, hey, you're being sent to docking bay, have fun. So I let my trainees know, hey, you know, that's gonna happen whenever you get out of training. I'm gonna tease you about that. And something happened the other day that just gave me the biggest smile on my face. So I saw one of my trainees, and they had a rotation paper, and when she gave it to the next person, she told them they were going to docking bay. It was just such a nice, fun moment, and I was like, oh, the next generation of pranksters. It was just such a good moment. I legit felt really proud. But anyway, we finished the level. Yay! Back to live commentary featuring sick late gear to you, because I had a cold when I was recording this video originally. In this mission, you will soak up knowledge and expand your skills by using sponges to reach the goal. Lives in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, you can work with these sponges. I'll fill them up with ink and use them to your advantage. Ah! Oh my god, broke it did. So yeah, you can fill up the sponges with your ink and it'll act as a bit of a platform, which is honestly really cool. I've always liked this gameplay mechanic from the previous games, and I'm really happy that it returned here as well. And whenever I see the sponges, I always think of like the SpongeBob and Patrick Splatfest that happened in the first game. And like of all the Splatfests that have happened, I think that one's probably the one I have the most, I won't say like the most fondest memories, but it's definitely up there, like really high up on the list of my favorite Splatfests that I've ever seen in this game, because the SpongeBob vs. Patrick Splatfest, that's where I got the idea to make Splatoon videos in the first place. So I didn't entirely know how I wanted to do a Let's Play this game. I didn't even know if I wanted to do it in the first place when this game was first announced. I was having a real fun time with it, and it quickly became one of my favorite video games of all time, but I wasn't sure if it was something that I was going to make videos on at first. And then the SpongeBob and Patrick Splatfest happened, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know if I'll turn this into a video, but I'm at least going to get footage for this, and that's going to be a fun time. I can make like a fun little video talking about, hey, look, there's a SpongeBob Splatfest in Splatoon, that's pretty fun.
But as I was recording that, I was thinking about how I could actually make it into a video. And back then, my idea was that I'd record the footage for the online matches months ahead of time and then do post commentary over it. I didn't know if I could keep my commentary going smoothly while doing online multiplayer at the same time. But nowadays, it's kind of amusing because with Splatoon 2, we did the live commentary segments pretty close. I think in the same recording as the single player campaign stuff too. But with how this Let's Play is working, we're kind of back to that original idea of recording the online sessions separately from story mode. Yeah, that story that SpongeBob Splatfest will always be special because I was like, hey, look, this is the first Splatoon footage I ever recorded, and it's what made me realize that Splatoon Let's Play could totally work. Fast forward 10 years later, and we're still making Splatoon Let's Plays. It's kind of funny because I know I've mentioned this before, but there hasn't really been like a point in time since that first SpongeBob Splatfest where I haven't done something Splatoon related, because between that and the fact that the verses of Splatoon 1 and 2 happened around the same time, like back to back pretty much, and that happened right after I finished the first Let's Play, and while all that was happening I was recording Splatfest for Splatoon 2. And then after the Splatoon 2 Let's Play was finished, I was recording Splatfest for this game. It's like, there hasn't really been a point in time where I wasn't working on something Splatoon related within these past 10 years. And it's not that I'm really happy that if it is something, that if it was a game that I'd be working on constantly for 10 years, it definitely is. I'm definitely happy that it's something Splatoon related, because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, shiny! Shiny, shiny, shiny! Yay, shiny! We got a decoration for our lobby terminal thingy. Hi, Callie, you're adorable. Who's got pointy ears and some extra power eggs for you? This girl! I bet this factory could have made anything. It's so huge! Let's get that show on the road, shall we? Don't be shy with your ink, splat everywhere. Fill up your gauge and you'll get upgrade points. Yay, more decorations. The thing with the decorations is that I don't mind them being a reward, it's just that they're kind of pointless for me to use on this profile because this profile isn't connected to Switch Online or anything like that, so I can't even access the lockers. Actually, can you access the lockers in offline mode? Huh. I'm gonna try that out a little bit later. In this mission, you will master the use of the crab tank to reach the goal. Oh, I'm excited about this one. First of all, just look at how freaking adorable Coral looks on the crab tank. She just looks super cute. She looks so cute. So we're going to use the super basic powers of the crab tank to continue on to our destiny. We'll be able to roll around at the speed of sound. We got places to go. We got to follow our rainbow. We can roll into these guys if we want, but we can also just fire at them with the R button. Firing the R button, though, will fire like a singular powerful shot, whereas the ZR button will fire a continuous shot. The crab tank is a bit of an interesting weapon. I'm not super great at using this in multiplayer, but I love the stages that use it in the story campaigns. I bet there's a cool bad guy at the end. I didn't get a chance to finish reading that! Watch your step, pal. Those crab walking there. Why does the text go by so quickly? Why does it go by so quickly? I can read it fine when I'm playing on my own, but I can't read that fast when I'm doing commentary, especially when I'm sick. I gotta get you on over here. We're gonna go through these boxes and jump. Hey, how you doing, buddy? How do you feel about ink in your face? over this area. We're going to go over down here. And when we're in the safe spot right here, we'll be able to destroy these boxes. No problem. Hopefully. Okay, I knew I was forgetting something about this, and I was like, wait, there's gotta be more than that. There's gotta be more of a threat to this. Yeah, we got these ink bazooka thingies. I won't call them bullet bills, but that's a Mario thing, so that's what they're officially called. Okay. Okay. Is that supposed to be a face? Weird. Huh. That's what everybody tells me when they see my face. That'd be the last of the targets, right? Look! The giant fear is the mighty tank! Way to go, CT. Now, onward and upward. And now we go over this way. Jumpity jump on our merry way. Is there anything on that platform over there? I don't think there is anything noteworthy because there aren't any sunken scrolls or anything like that in these levels, but I still want to check because it's going to bother me if we don't. Ah! Ooh, nicely done, Crab Tank. You too, Agent 3. Oh, Crab Tank, we're gonna miss you. By the way, this background is awesome looking. This is something straight out of Inception or something like that. Like this giant city sprawling off in the distance, looping around. It just looks so cool. It's very abstract and it's really awesome looking. And that taken care of, now we move on to the magical land of alternate save file. Whoosh!
Make it rain. Alright, so using Sturgeon Shipyard, this one always has a special place in my heart because Marina canonically loves this stage, and Marina is my one true love. Alright, so Rainmaker, it's a bit different in this game. So, just like how Tower Control got some more, like a bit of an update thingy before, this one also does that too. So we now have to take it across multiple podiums for us to claim victory. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. I haven't admittedly played enough Rainmaker to really have an opinion on this, but for the most part, I think it's fine, but I also don't. I'm not sure. I always go back on it, back and forth on it. So my problem with it is that it makes matches a bit more chaotic than they should be, but it also makes it so that it's not decided super early on either. But also, you gotta put more work into it. More work sucks. I don't want to do more work. Alright, so I switched over to the Octobrush for Rainmaker, because I feel like this is going to be one of our better melee weapons, which would definitely be helpful when we're dealing with the Rainmaker. But you definitely want to be careful with it too, because you can still get splatted by the Rainmaker shield when it explodes. Okay, I'm gonna let or I guess I can take it. Alright, so, hide behind this thing. When my friends will clear a path. Alright, let's go this way. We only need to do one, or two more pedestals rather. I'm gonna hide behind the wall. Hide behind the wall. Hide behind the wall like a little chicken. Okay, come on. Okay, actually there's only one more thing. Alright, we got this, we got it. I am shocked. I am shocked. I am so surprised. Oh my goodness. I am awful at Rainmaker in this game. Okay. I don't care what happens with the rest of the only matches in the entire Let's Play. I could lose literally every single one of them. Oh my goodness. That makes me a very, very happy gator. I'm a very happy gator now. And Sturgeon Shipyard again. Alright, we can't always get new stages apparently. Okay, it's gonna be one of those times. Alright, so... Another major problem I have with this game, and this is something that's consistent across all the Splatoon games, so hey, at least it has consistency. Getting repeat stages over and over again is the absolute worst. Because it's like, okay, if it's a stage I like Murray Towers, that's fine. Murray Towers isn't in this game though, so that's fun. But yeah, with the... Okay, so you get more variety in stages that are available at a time, which is fine. You get like 3 nodes available at once, which is nice, because that wasn't really the case in the other game. But okay, we got a little bit further at least. But that's like a big problem I have with this game is that there's still no good way to make sure you don't get too many stages that are repeated over and over again. Because one thing that's really annoying when we're in these Let's Plays is when you have that one stage left that you need, but you're not getting it in the time that you're able to record. And especially nowadays, with my limited time for recording, that's not going to be a fun situation to deal with. Okay, they're wiped out. Wipe them out. All of them. Okay, so at the time I'm recording this video, they recently had a theatrical release of Revenge of the Sith, and that was like a super fun time. So I got to see it with a friend, and like we both love Revenge of the Sith. So throughout the movie, we were both mouthing along to a majority of it. I was gonna say a couple scenes, but in actuality, we were mouthing along to a huge chunk of the movie. So that was pretty fun. They had like. Okay, I heard later nights weren't as crowded, but we saw one of the second day that the re-release was in theaters, and so it was still a pretty crowded theater. And man, like there was like some endgame levels of cheering during that. It was awesome. The loudest ones were during like Hayden Christensen's speech at the beginning of the movie. There's that. There was when Obi-Wan was all like, "Hello there," but the most surprising audience cheer has to be when they're like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them, what are we going to do? He turns on the lightsaber and the entire audience is like a huge cheer. And it's like, that was kind of surprising. It's a surprise, certainly, but a welcome one. Yippee! We got another stage! That's not Sturgeon Shipyard! As much as I love Sturgeon Shipyard, I do kind of move on from it because I gotta make progress in other things in this Let's Play. Man, you know, the thing that's gonna suck is that there's gonna definitely be times where there's like one new stage in rotation that we haven't seen in the Let's Play yet, but it's not showing up because everything else is a repeat, and it's like we've already seen that stage so many times in the Let's Play, just leave me alone. But yeah, with this one, like I said before, I'm not going to focus too much on showing matches that we win or lose, because the big thing that I just really care about is showcasing the stages at all. So that's the thing we'll be focusing on. Like as it is, we already see the songs in Turf War, so it's not that much of a priority. Ouchie. Alright, we got a wipeout. Is there only one checkpoint in this stage? Honestly, I don't care enough about Rainmaker to keep going. I'm content with the two wins that we got. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on and not care about Rainmaker anymore. Why am I always the least valuable team member? I feel like I'm working really hard on these.